Combos Wrestling Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, before I even get into the intro, because we always have problems with the audio, I want to make sure that we are sounding okay. I can hear myself good. We're looking good. We're going to clear up in a second because it always starts fuzzy. Welcome to the most must-see wrestling review and live reaction show in all of YouTube. Welcome to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. And as you saw from the title of this video, we did our Rock Returns reaction. A little over 2,000 people were able to see that reaction before WWE decided to cut the cord. They blocked it. They said,
"Hey, good job."
Away. Okay? I feel some type of way about this. One way I feel, because it's good that we got on their radar. We know that they watch our stuff. You're welcome.
Yeah,
but you done blocked the entire video, not even a partial block. So in the world of YouTube, you do a video, it's called, and you'll notice our videos, it's redacted, and we have what's called content ID. So I'm not going to get into the whole rigors of it because it's boring. Bottom line is we go through painstaking efforts, and it took a long time for us to get there, for us to mute the video in such a way so that we don't get a dink. Every once in a while, a couple of videos like Bobby Lashley got a partial block. LA Knight, the last LA Knight video, we got a partial block. This one was a total, no one can see it.
Yeah, they just pulled it, the whole thing.
And we didn't even know what was going down. So we are now debating on how we are going to rectify this. We filed a dispute with YouTube. We filed a dispute with WWE.
They don't care. They don't care. We ain't nobody.
But there's something called fair use is what this falls under. So we may do something and re-release the video. So if we do, look out for that. We're still trying to decide that.
And we have another part of the backstage reaction, but we just got so flustered with them blocking our video. It's hard to put a lot of hours into editing something and then they just block your stuff.
We put a lot of time, man. It's a lot. Away. This is not like just, we have said this so many times, and I know that there's some super chats in here.
We get into it, but we get into it.
Literally what we do is everything for you. The super chats, whatever we get from these videos, the members, every single cent goes back into this, what you see here, and the product that we want to go ahead and do for you. So all the time and all the effort, because I told her we're not doing no booty stank, nothing. Put it out here to the millions and millions. Although we don't have millions in here right now, but we appreciate it.
Let's get to it, people. Let's start talking wrestling.
We appreciate it. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Mod Squad.
Let's get a shout out to the Mod Squad, y'all. Because you know I love my Mod Squad. Jaden Winchester.
We
acknowledge you, baby. Wise Man Jedi Knight 88.
Yes, sir.
We acknowledge you. Sophie Dophie in the house. Any other mods up in here?
Sophie Dophie, OG, Triple OG.
OG.
Yes, sir.
OG.
And thank y'all for joining us. We got a lot of people coming in here tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you. I think those may be the only mods in here. Oh, Neptune X is in the house.
Woo! Neptune X.
Squad.
Yes, indeed. What up, Neptune? Thank y'all. Come on in. There's plenty of room for everybody. We want to talk about this.
Right.
We want to talk about this. We want to talk about the Rock because our reaction got blocked. So we are going
to
recreate what we did.
We're going to recreate it?
Know your role and shut your mouth. Ooh. I didn't say enough.
Okay.
Okay, this one over here, she got a thing for the Samoans. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I have the ancestry DNA, and the second it shows one drop of Polynesian blood in me, acknowledge me. That's all I got to say about that. First in line with that fast pass, although I see a what's up, Alex. So perhaps Alex got in here earlier. I don't know, but I'm going to say it.
Oh, really?
Jody Bennett.
Woo!
We acknowledge you. As always, we want to give shouts to the people who have arrived. Jedi Knight 88. We acknowledge you, Oos. Jaden Winchester, yes, sir. I think you already said that. Nation of Domination. What's going on? We got Joe Davidian up in the house. We got a lot of people who popped in here. I appreciate that. And of course, Just Alex of Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. A friend of the channel as we are of his. Thank you for showing the love. You know the people up in here love you. And we're going to talk about some things. Alex, I know you got a lot on your plate. I don't know if you're going to stay, but I know there's some things that you want to throw out there, and I want to answer some of those questions too, because this is going to be a little chat. We'll be here tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. But I got to be honest with you. I am upset. Last night, I was not in a good mood. The video was climbing. We had 2,000 in less than an hour, and then boom, the lights went out.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is if this has to do with the Endeavor merger or if WWE is going to start being that strict, we can't risk any copyright strikes. So we may not be able to do reactions. We may just have to do lives, which will suck. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get my channel pulled. You know what I mean? We put a lot of time into this channel.
What up, Tommy Click?
Hey, Tommy. You already said hi to Dro.
I did. Arcel World. Good to see you, buddy. And you got the OG, Triple OG with the first super chat of the night. Starting the night off right with that super chat. Yes, sir. Circle message. WWE is rumored to host a pay-per-view in Australia next year. Your thoughts on that and thoughts on Jade Cargill coming to WWE.
I mean, it doesn't make sense not to just do it in different, you know, when they do it places that they never do it, they always get such a great turnout. So, you know, they would get a great turnout.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got some wrestlers here from down under. Huh? I love going down under and getting dark and dirty down there, lifting it up. Woo! What are you doing here? Lifting it. Okay, I don't know what that was. But the point is, we do have some wrestlers from Australia that would love to go back home. Anytime anybody's able to go back home is a good thing because these wrestlers are all over the world.
Right.
And it could be months and months and months before they see their family. It was awesome for Saraya to finally go back to England and win the title in her backyard. So, I mean, it's a heck of a moment.
That was a great moment. But let's transition to that Jade Cargill.
As far as Jade Cargill goes, I do want to give a few more shouts. But you know what? You open with it. So let me just put it up. Here it is right here. Here's your question. Here is your question. Jade Cargill, former TBS champion. How do we feel about this woman coming to WWE? Ladies first.
I'm super excited. You know, we both know that she could use some time in developmental, but that's just sharpening off the edges. The reality is there's a lot of women in WWE that we want to see go head to head with Jade Cargill. And I mean, it's crazy that she just returned to AEW and she like to come after the title, to hear that she's just about to go to developmental is very shocking. And is it true? I mean, but if it's true, I'm a huge fan. And she was nice enough when we saw her in Vegas, but
you want to call it that? I mean, at least she acknowledged us. She wasn't a Britt Baker.
She wasn't a bitch Baker, but I mean, you know, she wasn't as nice as Aubrey Edwards. But you know, but the thing is that
she got the black head.
She is a specimen, right? Like, to me, that's what wrestling is about. Like, she's beautiful, she's cut, she's strong. Yes, she needs to perfect her skills, but once they're perfected, so I'm excited.
You know, I think the bigger question for me is why? If this is true, and just like The Rock returning, I will not believe it until I see them in the middle of a WWE ring. Why? Because she had a stellar run as TBS champion.
She did.
Now, I'm not going to go here and lie to you and say that I think her skill set in the ring is top notch, but That's happened with a lot of people. Take a look at Goldberg. You can go down the list of wrestlers who say that man is dangerous. He's not somebody that I want to wrestle ever again. He doesn't protect his opponent. You know, it goes on and on and on. And he had an undefeated streak for how long? So just because you are a champion, does that mean that you are WWE material? I don't know. Let me hear me out. I'm saying WWE likes to polish their people.
What's
You know,
wrong
you
with
get
that?
you get people coming in. Nothing. I'm just saying that WWE likes to polish their people. When you're coming from different places, it's like, okay, well, you have some experience wrestling. That's great. Let me show you how we wrestle here. Let me show you how we do things here. So I would not want to see her come to the Performance Center um, and get that polish and then premiere on the main roster and still be kind of rough. And I know that's the other reason why I don't want to see her just premiere. Like, I don't want to see her just roll out and do something.
Hi and bye, Shayla. I see that she stopped in, but she's leaving.
So
hi.
Hi, Shayla. Bye, Shayla. It's if this is really the case, for me, it's a bigger question of what is really going on in AEW. That's such a big star who was on a pedestal, who came out, who made a beeline right for Statlander. Why does she want to leave? Is it the money? Is it backstage politics?
And is this what Endeavor is Endeavor trying to make WWE look like Rhea Ripley, Raquel, Jade Cargill? Are they trying to get these massive specimens that this is something I want to see? Are they going to start doing that and getting away from the thin beauty queen stuff?
I'm all for it because we like to keep it under the kayfabe umbrella here. All right. Plenty of other channels that do a whole different thing, and that's cool. Keeping in the kayfabe umbrella. Anybody can beat anybody, right? But legitimately on paper, we cannot say that a Candice LeRae is going to take it to the world heavyweight champ, Rhea Ripley.
No, she's not.
Come on, dog.
But Indy can.
That's not how they were built.
Indy can. Indy is built, and I just want Indy to strengthen up a little bit. She's got the definition. She's got that strength and that size. I know that she could get in there, maybe start working out with Rhea Ripley. And I feel like she could really be dominant. And I want to see that. I'm going to be so mad if they keep wasting her.
I want to see a little
she
dirt.
She is not
as
a
Booker T
jobber.
says, a little dirt on her, a little edge to Indy Hartwell.
Right.
Okay. And if that means a heel turn, I don't necessarily want to see it. I like her as a face. I think she's a good face. But like you said, man.
Plenty of female heels, though.
It's, well, we know one of the biggest ones. My favorite one, Sonya Deville. She's on the shelf for a good year. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with Nia Jax coming in here. She took it to Raquel. She took it to Rhea. Rhea's a heel. So what's the situation? I cannot wait to see what happens on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But if Jade Cargill is coming in here, like you said, she got that side looking more shredded than the Julian salad, man. You know, I'm trying to come up like her. I think she can get down with the get down. Sophie Dopey with a super chat right here. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Sophie Dopey. Circle message. Becky, NXT Women's Champion. Interesting choice. I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it. Let me get the graphic.
Y'all seen our reaction, right? Don't mistake this for hating on Becky. This is not about us hating on Becky. I'm happy for her that she added that title to her wall. You know what I mean? To her repertoire. But that doesn't change the fact that to us it doesn't make sense. I understand that they're trying to bring eyes to NXT. That's fine. But it doesn't make sense. You wouldn't have Michael Jordan after he done won all those champions and stuff, go back to his college team and then help them win a title. That's almost cheating. That doesn't make sense because you graduate and you move up. Everybody who's drafted is drafted to main rosters, right? They're not, no one's drafted down from Raw or SmackDown. It just doesn't happen. That was your point.
That's my point.
So for us, it doesn't make any sense. This is a developmental show and it's good to work them and help them. And now you have two of their titles being held by main roster people. And then you have main roster people also coming down here fighting for their other titles. And I understand you trying to elevate them, but then you also stole their belts and threw them in the trash. So it's like, what are you doing? What do they even have? Who's supposed to beat Becky for this belt? How is that going to help Becky that someone from NXT is going to beat her for the belt? I don't even understand.
Yeah, see, for me, for my money, I think we're way past the accolade of her getting the NXT championship. Being the NXT champion at this stage in her career is very strange. She is a multi-time main roster champion. She's been all around the world. She's been in NXT. I feel like that time has passed. Now, a lot of people are saying this is going to put eyes on NXT. Totally get that. The draft seems to be a complete waste of time. Anybody can pretty much go anywhere they want. I don't know what the end game here is for this. It seems like Dana Brooke has settled in there. It seems like Baron Corbin has kind of settled in there. I'm not mad at it. I'm also not mad at the fact that you had
Ali as well.
Mustafa Ali, Mandy Rose. She did the whole Toxic Attraction, became a champion. They became champions. They had a nice run.
But they couldn't really hold on to it without her. And Gigi Nolan is so sad because I really thought when they had their feud that they was going to just elevate both of them. But Gigi Nolan she just is really rough around the edges.
That's what it
might
is.
Be ready to come up.
But you are able to go on NXT on Tuesday night and you see 2 hours of action.
Mm-hmm.
You see in-ring action. You can see behind the scenes. They film segments.
And they are not pulling their
But
stuff.
This is where they take that diamond and they do that polishing, because you said they are a little rough around the edge. So when you premiere on the main roster, you should be gold.
Right.
Shine bright like a diamond. Bing.
Right.
Little Rihanna right there. That's what I want to see.
And
I don't know who she's going to feud with.
And I don't know what they're going to do about Schism. But she does not know where to look. She doesn't know. Her eyes are everywhere but where they're supposed to be. Like, you're talking to him, stare at him, or you could even be looking crazy like you're just in a daze or something, because you guys are kind of your schism. But when you're like looking and it seems like someone's trying to give you direction and you're not sure where to look or what to do, it's amazing to me that you come from the family lineage that you come from, but you clearly have stage fright. She clearly has stage fright. She's very nervous. And I hope that she could figure out what will help her just relax and find her character and get into it, instead of trying to make cues and trying to figure out where to put her eyes, because she just looks like someone in high school drama who's trying to figure out how to act. And it's uncomfortable for us, and I'm sure it's uncomfortable for her.
You know what I would love to see with her is she's got the size, she's got the pedigree. She just needs to get that skill set up. And I think because she does not have a tag team partner, she doesn't have that woman that she can rely on like that consistently. So she's out here with a bunch of dudes, and week after week, she kind of, she's in, she's out. She doesn't really do a whole lot. You know, now that Papa Rock has returned, I'm just surprised, but I know we see all the time the kids of other wrestlers who've come before them. They kind of want to be their own person. They don't want to, I don't want to be you. But in this case,
they take acting classes, and she should be like giving it her all. And really, we should be seeing, but Dominic wasn't good in the beginning either. And they brought him up too fast, and look how he's come into it. I have all faith that she will come into it.
But he also teamed with his dad.
And not only that, but has Tamina been working with her? Like, you have a family legacy. Do you have women in your family working with you? Is anyone in your family coaching you?
And I know she's close with Zelina Vega. Obviously, being on the road, you're kind of busy.
Right.
We are proponents of the women's division. That's another reason why we were so upset that they just got rid of the NXT women's tag team titles, just threw it in the trash. Mm-hmm. And that was that. And you haven't seen the former women's tag team since.
No, that was booty stank.
Straight booty stank. So, but I say what's not booty stank. Let me say what's up to Isaiah Smalls,
baby. Let's get back to your shout out, y'all.
Quick
Sorry
shouts,
about that.
and then we're gonna talk about a few more things because, like I said, man, we got some big things on the ticket. Rock is back. What does this mean for WWE? What does this mean for the Bloodline? Michael Tolbert, what's up, buddy? Good to see you up in here. Oh, I want to give a quick shout at the 24-minute and 30-second mark to my baby sister. She never chats. She never chats, and that's okay. She is off in the cut. You know, we love you, and can't wait to see you. Kisses. Oos. What up, Zay?
What up, Zay?
Good to see you up in here, Zay. And I know we got a few more people. What's up?
We got more than a few people. You got 100 people in here.
No, I appreciate this. Pretty Richie, what's going on, Pretty Richie?
Pretty Richie.
What's good? Because
what's up, boo?
We got some things to talk about. You know, tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw, Nia Jax is going to be back. Everybody felt some type of way about that, as did we. Did not expect it. We heard the rumors. I don't believe a rumor until I see them in the middle of a ring. That's how I feel about it. But she Yokozuna'd Rhea Ripley, sat on the tatas, could have exploded them because she let go of the rope. And I've seen that so many times. Yokozuna was like 600 pounds.
I think Rhea's are real.
I don't know. I don't know. Either way, don't sit on them. But I've seen so many times when Yokozuna does his Yoko drop, he's supposed to hold on to the ropes. That's a lot of weight coming down on your sternum. That's a lot of weight, man. Yes, Nia Jax is slimmed down.
But still,
she's a big Samoan woman.
And do I get to see her and Dewdrop hit it? Because, I can't wait to see those two in the ring.
Dewdrop, boy.
Because,
boy, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'm just saying.
I would not mind seeing that. Oh, man. Actually, I think Chelsea Green. Wait, let me do it like she does. Chelsea Green. I think she can take it to Nia Jax. I think she can lift her up. Slam her down. And then out comes Kairi Sane with a little bit of justice. A little bit of vengeance, baby. Split the wig. Like Mark Henry song used to say.
Okay, well, I'll wait till we get to the thing about
what up, George? Larry. What's going down, buddy? Good to see you up in here. I see we got a few more super chats. I'm going to give a few more shouts. And then we're going to talk about the main thing tonight, which is The Rock's return. You said, what's up to Neptune X? I know you got him in there.
We got Trey Lucado.
Wesley Franklin. How are you, Wesley?
Hey,
good
Wesley.
To see you. What up, Trey? Good to see you in here, buddy.
Trey? We got Kaleo does everything in here.
Legit BR's up in the house.
Hey, Legit BR.
Got G Money Slayer. Yay.
Aaron Drew's in the house.
We got a lot of people in here. Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Jeffrey.
What up, D?
Fernando.
Got a Hyun Gwen in here. I hope if I mispronounced that name, I apologize. It's good to see you in here.
John Elite for life.
Live, brother. Let me tell you something, man. I was excited. The Rock came down there. It was like me and him all over again, Jack.
Angelo Rodriguez.
What's going down?
Did we say George Lewis?
What up, George Lewis? And I think I saw Stephen Tamores.
John Brooks in the house.
Yep. Got the Mod Squad. I know we're going to catch up.
The Bep Jr. Okay. What up? Van Teda One.
Tyrell Breed. What's up? What's going down? Playing Resident Evil anniversary. Just ran up and completed them. Done so. Raw predictions. Raw React. Love A and B. We love you too, Tyrell.
Love you too.
We got a super chat. Anthony. What up, Anthony? Super chat right here by Pretty Richie. Yes, sir. If I missed the super chat, please tell me because I hope I did not skip. Circle message. Be reminding me of Sugar from next Friday. What you saw. Well, I don't know if anybody noticed, but there's a Rock thing. We're not gonna point it out. We're not gonna point it out. Okay. There's Rock something somewhere. See if anybody can notice that. Look. For those that saw our Rock Returns reaction before it got pulled in the very beginning of it, because we were at SmackDown Live at the Staples Center when I think it was SmackDown 20th anniversary and The Rock returns. The second you heard, if you smell, this one right here lost her friggin' mind. Okay. And I didn't realize it because I'm in the moment. I'm sitting next to her. I got my title belt. Woo! what's going on? She had an out-of-body experience. She teleported. She teleplaned.
Mm-hmm. I did.
The decibel levels.
I went down Jabroni Road. I set up a SmackDown hotel.
You in the hotel? You in the SmackDown hotel? Was you butt knocking the lights? Lost her mind. But, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you,
the
Pretty Richie.
Was it the SmackDown 20th anniversary live that we went to?
I think
is that what it was?
We got Anthony in the house. Yeah. What's going on, Anthony? You know how to give that yer. Yes, sir.
Today it was rock.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it really was. You had a lot of. That's okay. I'm gonna find my rock. I'm gonna find my rock. Jade Cargill will be there. Jay. Oh, Jay.
Are you about to rub on yourself?
Okay, this is a family show. Ain't nobody rub. You know what? I can't with you. I can't with you. What's going on, Aaron Drew? Good to see you in here,
John
buddy.
Brooks, she's going to developmental, from what I understand. She's going to NXT. She's not coming to the main roster.
If it's gonna go down. Rumors are rumors. And I think she'll be fine, but I think it's kind of crazy. But here's my ultimate concern, really, with Jade Cargill coming to WWE, is getting lost in the shuffle. You had so many people that got fired over the last few years that Triple H brought back that just up and disappeared. We have so many people on this roster that are just not used. Here's another example of somebody possibly coming in here of her status and then pushing everybody else to the side to make room for Jade Cargill.
Well, I think that if she really is joining NXT, the way to really set her up is to have her come in, go through a lot of people, have a nice run with Tiffany Stratton, and then have her be the one to take that belt for Bianca, and then have a legit champion on NXT and let her be the champion on NXT for a minute while she's figuring it out before they draft her to the main roster.
Now I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe if she's an NXT member, then and only then can I see Becky dropping that title to her. But see, this is the thing about NXT though. This is supposed to be also about if you're coming in here, the vets training up these youngsters, getting them a shot, getting them a chance. So I know we're putting eyes on NXT, and that's fine. The thing about it is it temporary? Everybody was saying it was media rights. Then we're saying, okay, we got to wait till the Endeavor deal is closed. Well, that has happened. The McMahon banner has been taken down. It is now TKO. So what is the end game here? Are they permanent members? Are we going to be able to have these same people do more than just pop in? Because Tiffany Stratton didn't do nothing when she showed up on the main roster. Just held the belt, cut a quick backstage promo, and was gone. And lost the belt the very next week. So y'all got to come up here and do something more than that.
They didn't have that belt on her for no time.
No time at all. And if you give it to a main roster who she's been gone from, she done been graduated from NXT for some years now.
Do not go here.
You do not go here.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. It just doesn't make sense to me as far as the way that the shows are leveled. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm always about bringing eyes to NXT. But it doesn't mean that we're going to agree with all the moves that are made. But
But here's the thing about Jade Cargill, though. The thing that I liked about her on AEW is that she was TBS champion. That was a mid-card title. Y'all know, who've been here for a minute, how we feel about a women's mid-card championship in WWE. Not everybody's going to be the champion. That's just a fact. The men have many levels of titles. Dirty Dom is over here, the North American title. We have an Intercontinental champion. At one point, we had a Cruiserweight title. We had a European title. We got a United States title. We have all these titles for the men. And the women got 2. On NXT, now they just got 1.
Now they got 1 because they threw their tag titles in the trash.
So it's 2023, and we are still talking about the divide between the men and the women. So my question is, what is she coming here to fight for? Clearly, because there's no TBS championship in WWE, So now you've got to be, this is champion material. You all know that she's champion material. She's got to go for a title.
You think they're going to make like an Endeavor belt? But it can't say Endeavor because that's too long of a word.
I mean, I don't think so, but they got to do something. And I'm just saying, motivation. People come into pro wrestling wanting to be a champion someday at some point in their career. Now, once you get into whatever promotion you get into and the chips fall where they may, some are up here, some are down here, and some are right here. That's just how the chips fall. And you have women's tag teams on Raw, Casey, Caden,
JoJo. Casey and JoJo, no? Oh, sorry.
Ooh, yeah. Do a little Mark Boy. Ooh, yeah. We got KC over here. KC and JoJo. KC and Katana. But you know what I'm talking about.
But I really do want to talk about. Okay, so can we talk about Are we talking about Rock or
We'll talk about The Rock.
Okay, so let's talk
about The Rock. Let's get into it. Here it is, folks. We use this as our thumbnail. We use this as our thumbnail. And
so here's what we've heard.
We heard.
So I've read articles that people are saying that, you know, he was supposed to fight Roman last year. He said he was supposed to fight Roman last year, was locked in. They couldn't make it happen. They didn't go into detail.
Talked about it with Pat McAfee.
He talked about it on the Pat McAfee show. Now, he already had told Kevin Hart on the Kevin Hart show that he was going to be at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. But for him to come back and Roman isn't there and there's no bloodline interaction or reference whatsoever, and then instead he, you know, is with Pat McAfee in Austin and does a little reunion with John Cena backstage. So I read that there are rumors that, or it's said that his time with Roman at that moment passed, and that they may in fact have him fight Brock Lesnar and rehash their old rivalry at WrestleMania. And that in fact that many people at this point are saying that this still needs to be Roman and Cody at WrestleMania. So that's just some stuff that I've read, and that's being thrown around that I just wanted to put out there. I have no idea. But The Rock and Roman have to give that to us at some time. And if not now, when? Because like The Rock said on his show, Roman has been wanting to fight him since he was a young boy. And The Rock was always like, that's going to be a WrestleMania moment. That is something that as Usos, they want to have happen anyway. So it's not a matter of will it ever happen. It's a matter of when it will happen. And is it going to happen now?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's a body. How would you book Jade Cargill if she joins WWE? Thank you for that super chat. That's a big circle message to you.
Thank you.
Circle answer.
I think he asked that before I answered the question because I kind of already.
Because
said
I want to get to The Rock. To book her, depending on what she is looking like in the Performance Center. The Performance Center is where you really got to hone your skill set to be like a WWE superstar. Anybody can be a wrestler, but every promotion does it a little bit different. WWE just has a certain way they like their people to do things. As soon as she is able to do that effectively, because you had Samoa Joe on NXT for a minute wrestling. Mm-hmm. He was NXT champion for a minute. I was shocked. So I'm like, this dude is main roster. What are you doing? Eventually they bumped him up. I would not mind seeing her start in NXT and kind of coming up. It might be a step back coming from the promotion of AEW, coming from a TBS title. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I would like to see her get her feet wet there. Let me see what she can do, because they got some stiff competition in NXT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then come up. And if that's the case, I wouldn't mind Becky Lynch holding the NXT title for a little bit. But now you got to show up, sister.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I want Jade to step to her. I think we would love to see her and Becky Lynch. I think that'd be money all day. Mm-hmm. So that's how I would book that. To answer the Rock question, as far as who he's going to face, let me tell you something. You know, on this show, we've said a lot of times, you seen The Rock, you seen DJ. All the time. My man was celebrated in WWE. Happy birthday to The Rock. Oh, the 20th anniversary of The Rock's premiere of Survivor Series. My man couldn't give us a video package worth of nothing. He got his phone in his hand 24/7. Literally came out with snapping pictures with fans. You couldn't give us anything. John Cena's been back 57 times since they have wrestled. Okay?
Did you say 57?
I said 57 times. I'm not going to give my reasons for why he's back because she didn't want me to say it. But
because you've already
I'm not going to say it. I'm simply going to say he has given us nothing. Now, finally, after 4 years, he has come back. He said to Austin Theory, this is The Rock show. The show was literally after his catchphrase. No way in this world, and correct me if I'm wrong, nobody wants to see The Rock and Brock. What is the point of that? I don't even necessarily want to see The Rock in Theory. I think that would be a nice match, but he came back for a reason. The bloodline is in disarray. The bloodline is in utter chaos. Jey Uso is on a whole different show.
But it's Nia Jax back in the bloodline.
Nia Jax is on Raw. I think Tamina is now on SmackDown. Roman Reigns wrestles once a quarter now.
But
once every 6 months now.
To Raw, or she just appeared on Raw?
No, she is a Raw. You talking about Nia Jax?
Yeah.
Nia Jax is a Raw
superstar.
You
saw that she was
right. If I put it in the comments,
because just because you show
she's
up on
a
the
Raw
show doesn't
superstar.
mean you go there.
So what I'm saying is, if you come back to the house that you built and my man Roman Reigns running SmackDown, you premiere on SmackDown. This is for me long-term storytelling leading up to next year's WrestleMania, because this is exactly what he had to do with John Cena. I never liked The Undertaker just showing up 2 weeks before Mania, picking somebody randomly and just wrestling them just cuz. Never liked that. Give us a reason to believe in this match. But bigger than that, somebody else who has left AEW for WWE, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. He keeps talking about, I got to finish this story. I got to get that belt that our family never held. Now, technically, that belt doesn't exist anymore. Okay? He'll never have the WWE Championship. It is now the Undisputed Championship. 2 belts combined into one. And I'm pretty sure the second that The Rock was confirmed to be back, I'm sure Cody was like,
right.
What the hell does this mean? What about me? My man is still on Raw. Now, Adam Pearce said, again, K-Fab umbrella. Adam Pearce said, you got to give a little to get a little. So Jey Uso, you're over here, and somebody's going to go over there. But we did see Cody Rhodes back on Raw. And in fact, I think he's going to be wrestling Dirty Dom tomorrow night on Raw. So I don't know what the path is for him to finish the story. And I hate to see that momentum be decimated by the return of The Rock. So I'm hoping that some way, somehow, because The Rock said when he talked to Pat McAfee, we got to elevate, because he's always about, we got to raise the bar. We got to elevate this. We got to give something for the fans that they've never seen, something that they'll keep talking about for months and years to come. What is that going to be? Clearly, they've got something in mind now that he's finally showed up. But how much time is he going to invest in the WWE now that he's back? And what does that mean for Cody Rhodes? How does Cody fit into this plan?
I have no idea.
And more so than that, the Bloodline has run the WWE for the last 3+ years. I don't know what's going on with the Bloodline right now. It's all kind of a mess. Jimmy wanted to be back in. I was never out. Solo grabbing him, not hitting him. Roman's nowhere to be seen. Now that The Rock is back, you know Roman about to show back up. But my question is this: after Mania, because The Rock would not come back for just any pay-per-view. I don't think he's trying to do whatever he's trying to do at Survivor Series and call it a day. He wants the grandest stage of them all. That's just how he rolls. What happens to the Bloodline after that?
I mean, those are all great questions, but I cannot veer from Nia Jax not being on SmackDown. That doesn't make any sense. If you really brought a female dominant bloodline member back to not be a part of the bloodline, you are dumber than dirt. Because that is, and Rhea just called out bloodline. There's no way that wasn't an answer for her calling out the bloodline and talking crap. I know the rest of the Judgment Day was trying to offer up a sacrifice to the bloodline, but to me, she was answering her calling out the bloodline directly. So if she really is on Raw and they are not going to combine her with the rest of the line, they're stupid. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
What up, Three Diglets? Welcome.
Hey, Three Diglets.
We're keeping it simple. We're talking about our video, our reaction video to The Rock returning getting blocked. We're talking about him coming back, Nia Jax being back. We're talking about Jade Cargill possibly coming in here. Becky Lynch being NXT champion, defeating your girl Tiffany Stratton. You know, I feel a type of way about all of this, quite frankly. And then you also got Kairi Sane coming back in here. I want to see Kairi Sane get justice. I want to see Nia Jax get the wig split. Because everybody talked about how dangerous she was, going down the list of women that she put on the shelf, busted Becky Lynch's nose. But she took that moment. That's a moment that will forever go down in the annals of history. When she's standing at the top, bloody, it was beautiful. What is the end game for Nia Jax? Because after she sumo dropped her, yokoed her, she slapped the face. I was like, what are you doing?
So George Lewis said Nia Jax being on Raw because Judgment Day was trying to recruit Jey Uso. It doesn't matter. Jey Uso is not a part of the bloodline anymore. And Jey Uso, they are making him a face. And she is not back to be a face. So I don't buy that. That doesn't make sense to me. That's bad storytelling. They need to let Jay and Sammy be a team. And that they need to figure that out. And he's a face and he's over. He doesn't need anything to do with Nia Jax. Nia Jax needs to go be the woman dominant powerhouse so that the bloodline and the Judgment Day can face each other and they each have a dominant woman.
Let me say what up to 850. Big boy! What's going on? I got to be honest with y'all. I don't really love Jey Uso on Raw. I love his theme music. I love Jimmy's theme music because they're playing on what they had. But again, there has to be an ultimate point to this. Cody's got to fit into this somewhere because Cody was responsible for bringing Jey Uso over here. Cody wants that Roman Reigns title. When Jey Uso was in the ring and you saw Cody at the apron, he had all eyes locked on him.
Right.
Cody got something in mind. There has to be an end game here. And if Jey is the pawn, that's kind of wild because things really got kicked off with Jey and Roman. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. But again, if this has got to be all long-term storytelling.
Right.
So I'm not jumping the gun yet. I'm just watching.
Yeah.
I'm seeing where the story goes. Right now, we got a super chat by Aaron Drew. Yes, sir. Circle message. In my opinion, this is a huge loss for AEW, brother. Women's division. And a big gain for WWE women's division. WWE has been on fire. Women have main evented Raw, SmackDown, NXT this past week with Tony. What is Tony Khan doing? I don't know what I don't know what TK is doing.
I mean, his working environment is not known for being great. And clearly, I mean, like you said, she had that title for a minute. So for her to be going to the Performance Center, if that's true, and she's walking away from AEW, man, it's interesting.
I like the fact that Jade had an undefeated streak as long as she did. We generally only see that in NXT. So I would love to see her come up in NXT, cut her teeth down there, get a title, and then move on up at some point. But my concern, like I've said so many times, when you have call-ups, drafts from NXT onto the main roster, people up and disappear. If you watch NXT before the draft, these people were on TV week after week after week. And then they show up on the main roster and they disappear, y'all. They disappear. And I don't understand why. And I don't like the idea that Jade is going to make even more people disappear. although I'm sure it'll get all eyes on them. And I saw a comment in here that possibly Ricky Starks might be done.
I was wondering if he was going to be right behind her.
I'm coming over here to WWE. I think he would fit in rather nicely in WWE, actually. I really do. But it is a loss, and if you can't figure it out, but then again, WWE couldn't figure it out with Mercedes Moné and Trinity. They were literally your champions, and you let them walk out the door. So I don't know. Sometimes people just can't seem to get it together.
Right.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate you.
I think there might have been another one, but let me take a look at some comments right there because I want to catch up to the people. I think I saw something from Just Alex, but I'm not 100% sure. Pair Jade up with Lash Legend. Ooh, Jakara Jackson and her baddies.
I already replied to that in the comment section. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
But the thing is, we got some alpha females there. Jade Cargill, she's not trying to share that crown with nobody else. So there might be some, if they do, I want to see a little bit of friction.
They could bow down.
You know what I mean? Because I like the Lola Vice, Elektra Lopez team. These are both some alpha females that can get along because they know that they are money if they work together. With my Cena in here, I love the baddie section, but is Jay going to play nice? I don't know. Getting a tattoo of the all in attendance at Wembley. I mean, the numbers are what the numbers are. So they were not accurate. That's his bad, dog. That's like getting your girl or your dude's name tattooed on you. You're asking for trouble. You're asking for a cover-up. That's what you're doing. Those numbers are not set in stone, brother. You need to wait some years before you get a tattoo like that on you.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Hey, what up, Saba? Good to see you in here.
Three Kings got a super chat because he has been a member for 13 months, y'all. 13 months. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your loyalty, Three Kings.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. George Lowry, I'm coming down to it. Yes, I do love me some AJ Lee. I make no bones about it. Very upset that we did not see her Wild Women of Wrestling.
I know. We were
very upset. And I think we missed it by like a week, which just kind of sucks.
I don't know why you don't see it.
I'm gonna get down. I'm not sure.
Oh, yours not down. Oh,
there we go.
There it is.
There we go. Right. Three Kings right here. Yes, indeed. Honorable mention for being a member of the channel. Circle message. I think Jay just needs to pay some more dues. Less than 4 hours of in-ring action in over 2 years. Wow. She can now get her real training in. See, that's ridiculous. That's what wrestlers say about people who come into this business who are not wrestlers. This is what Becky Lynch said about Ronda Rousey, is that you didn't pay your dues. People don't like anybody cutting in line just based on your name. That these people are on the road for hours and hours training in the indies, and you work your way up. If this is the fact that she's had less than this amount of time in 2 years, and this is the thing, at some point people they kind of lax on their skills. Like, okay, I'm here, I don't need to brush up. And clearly you need to brush up in the ring. Performance Center is where it needs to be. If this is the case, if she is in fact coming to the WWE, because that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. But what's not a damn shame is the fact that you've been a member for 13 months. That's what I'm talking about. Come on now. Three Diggles said Rose ain't finishing no story. Dang. Wait, hang on. Damn.
I knew it was coming.
That's messed up. That is messed up. I don't want to go so far as to say that they buried him. I think we all can agree when Jay was brought over to Raw, we collectively said, okay, there's your in.
Right.
There it is.
Right.
Now, Nothing has come of it.
Right.
Quite frankly, wasting time with Dirty Dom, quite honestly, because this ain't doing nothing for the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. Nothing. So it's got to happen at some point, and I'm just wondering how The Rock is going to fit into this. I'm wondering what Nia Jax. You know what? Let me put it up. Let me put it up. So I didn't put up the graphic.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put up the graphic. All right, here we go. Nia Jax, because we don't talk about it. Monday Night Raw comes out of nowhere, ruins what was actually a really decent match between Raquel and Rhea. Two powerhouses. Everybody felt the type of way about her coming back, and a lot of it wasn't good. We were shocked. Like I said, until I see it, I don't believe it. We kind of got shades of NXT Raquel. We all know what Rhea can do, and we know what Nia Jax can do. My suspicion is that Raquel is not going to take this line down, and I'm hoping that we get to see a three-way with these women.
Gotta pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. And if she is, in fact, a permanent member of the Raw roster.
Right.
Because we've been asking the question, who's the person to dethrone Roman Reigns? Who's the woman to dethrone Rhea Ripley? We all thought that Shinsuke was going to, well, not we all. A lot of us thought Shinsuke was going to get that title off of Seth.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
Right. Yet.
What's the end game for Nia Jax? Why is she here? What is she here to do?
It's got to be bloodline related. I refuse to think that it's a coincidence that right after Rhea Ripley talking to us about the bloodline, that the next week that she comes out. I don't. That wouldn't make any sense to me.
But this is what I don't like about it. You premiered on the wrong show.
Exactly.
Unless you were, in fact, here to just be kind of like a retribution. We show up, cause chaos, and then I'm going to settle in where I settle in. She can settle it anywhere. If you are, in fact, part of the bloodline, which we've been saying forever, a good faction needs a strong female. I love a faction with a strong female. Just like Diamond Mine. Ivy Nile, she is cut up. She's not the biggest one in the world, but she let you know. Okay? Ava Raine towers over this woman. And she still takes it to her. So if she is, in fact, part of the bloodline, she should have premiered on SmackDown.
Right. Hey, TJ Johnson. Hey, Roland Bird.
That's what should have happened. Larry Burns. Rikishi said he will not come back for the bloodline stuff.
I addressed that too.
For Roman. Okay.
You're way behind.
I figured. I'm going to try to catch up. In here. So, I mean, this is what I'm trying to get at. The bloodline was solid. The bloodline has pretty much, I don't want to say saved, but it has done so much to keep WWE where it has been for the last 3 years. And now what do we have? We were excited with Bray's return, and we still feel his loss. The bloodline is, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what's happening. And now you have The Rock, who has just come back. For why? For what? Because there was no bloodline interaction. Instead, it was
at all
Pat McAfee and Austin Theory.
No. First of all, that excitement was it's The Rock. It's excitement at SmackDown. But imagine his music hit on Roman. That would have been a whole different reaction.
That's what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should have happened. And then you have a backstage segment with him and John Cena, which was cool. These two dudes went at it 2 years in a row. I'm like, okay, we and he goes, welcome back. They do a little hug. It's still weird to see Cena, but again, like you said, Hollywood kind of shut down right now.
Right.
So these guys got some time on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know? 3 Diggers with a super chat. Come on, 3 Diggers coming in here. Circle message. Y'all see what happened when Becky pinned Stratton to win the title? She went close to her ear and said something that only happens when you're a top stud in the locker room. Real, recognize real. Thank you. some people do it better than others.
I just don't understand what that did for Tiffany though. Like you give her this really, really short run, and the match was nice. It wasn't that it wasn't. But what did this do for Tiffany? And what's for Tiffany now? Like I just
let me tell you what I didn't like about it.
But I see what you're saying.
Tiffany should have done something on the main roster to piss Becky off.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a drink in her face. You don't need to do much.
Yeah, not just show up there.
But you did nothing.
Right.
And then it's just like, well, maybe the man will show up next year. Like, oh, come on. Put the title on the line. You know how many women were number one contenders in NXT? They were just like, she graduated. Why is she coming back down here to varsity in high school to get the title that we are now in line for? Congratulations to Becky. You got all the gold. Don't be up on your mantle.
All the gold.
You and Seth. Great. And I'm hoping that we see her, meaning Becky Lynch, on Raw. And I hope we see Tiffany Stratton coming up on Raw talking about, I want my baby back. Like R2 would say, I want my baby back, y'all.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for. So we will see what we will see. What up, Roland Berg? Good to see you, buddy. Somebody got a super chat right here. Yes, sir. Circle message. Who should main event WrestleMania? Cody versus Roman or Roman versus Rock? By the way, this will be my first WrestleMania. We're in for a treat. Guarantee you, look, first of all, we got 2 nights. And I guarantee you this. If Cody is still in line as far as storytelling, WWE creative is concerned, it's going to be Cody and Roman night 1, Rock and Roman night 2. That's what I say is going to happen. Because typically the OG vets come in here to put the new cats over.
Yeah.
We kind of saw that a little bit with Cena and Knight. And then in true LA Knight fashion, I didn't need John Cena to put me over. Nah. And he really didn't. He's over by himself. We have a situation here where we have some vets who do not need to put anybody else over. Cody came here for a reason. Now The Rock has complicated that. We should have long since had Cody versus Roman for that title. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about the title. We're talking about the tribal chiefdom. And then we're going to have a situation where Rock versus Roman, and Roman beats him, and then he does the whole Cena thing, and there's your tribal chief. All right, I'll see you guys in another 4 or 5 years. I don't want that. I don't want the obvious. If Rock is here to elevate and do something that's going to get the fans talking, that he wants us to see something that we haven't seen, then, brother, you better figure that crap out. I don't want to see some formulaic nonsense. Because if at the end of this, if that's exactly what we get, I don't know how I feel about WWE no more. Say that right now. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
So I just had to put that out there. Pretty Richie, come on, Pretty Richie. Yes, sir. Pretty Richie, circle message. I wish Roxy didn't win the women's title yet, and Jade came in a little bit sooner. I'm just imagining that storyline for the NXT Women's Championship, David versus Goliath stuff. Well,
it's always so hard for me to watch the David versus Goliath stuff because, Rhea did the best she can, but every time Jade Cargill is fighting somebody small, you have to act really clumsy and overshoot and try to. It's hard to pull that off. And unless your opponent is like a Rey Mysterio, and Roxy is. And Roxanne, I'm gonna give her props. She is. She can climb up on you and do her thing, and she will take you. She will take you the distance. So I wouldn't mind necessarily seeing that, but just in general, I don't love the David and Goliath stuff. I really don't. But just because I think it ends up looking a little awkward and clumsy unless they're both very well skilled and very well rehearsed for the match.
I like our new merch says, I gotta disagree with you, homeboy. I'm not mad at the David and Goliath stuff because everybody wants to see the little guy get their comeuppance.
And did Kairi Sane get her comeuppance against Nia Jax? Did that happen?
Not yet, but it's coming.
Is it?
Oh, you best believe when Kairi Sane comes back, there's going to be a backstage interaction. And she's going to be a nice to see you. I'll see you soon. And just walk on off. Okay? Because we all know with this, it would be nice. The thing is, I don't necessarily like the women's title kind of hop-skitching around all over the place. You know, I want to see it. I want to see it have a home for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you. But I don't like I feel like we're past the Aiders jobbers. I feel like we're past the Brooklyn Brawler and all that stuff. Somebody's got to be a jabroni. I get that. But I don't know. Hey, the Glow channel. Good to see you. Finally caught us live again.
Channel?
Thank you so much. Yeah, follow you. We're big fans. Jade has trained with Bryan Danielson and William Regal. She don't need any more help. I gotta disagree, homeboy.
No way. She and Dustin Rhodes is the one who trains the females, and he's great in the ring. She is not. She has potential and she has her moments, but she is rough around the edges. So she needs to perfect it. And I believe that she will be dominant as heck when she does. And she was a champion for a long time. But no, she is rough around the edges.
Let me tell you what I expect from Jade Cargill. Jazz. For those that don't know, just go on YouTube after this. Type in WWE Jazz and watch some of her matches. Heck, watch some of her matches in Impact. Jazz put that extra Jazz, every match she had, she made sure she put some Tapatio on that match. You had to look at this and go, damn, did you kill her?
Right.
Is she dead?
Right.
That's what I expect to see from Jade Cargill. And she's had some shades of it here and there.
Yeah.
But no match has been on the level of Jazz. It just has not. From somebody that looks like her, I expect Jazz level in-ring performance.
But she is still green, and you know that does come usually with some time, and I believe she will get there. But
I think she will get there too.
She's there now.
She ain't there right now. No. And this is a respectful disagree, homeboy.
We always respectfully disagree.
All right, we don't need to get crazy up in here. Okay, don't need to get crazy. But I'm gonna catch up because I know we got a lot of comments. And I want to get there because I want to be right on with everybody else. Judgment Day storytelling wise, Bloodline. Well, I'll tell you what I love about the Judgment Day right now. They got it all.
Mm-hmm.
All the gold,
The
senior money in the bank.
Yeah.
They got it all.
That's what a dominant faction should.
But this is also the thing that I didn't like about the titles. Switching hand, people kind of were like, well, I don't really know what's that. Solo he won the North American title. I'm not really trying to hear it wasn't a sanctioned match because what we have seen so many times is the referee's decision is final. So then you got to have a match. Then you take the title off of them.
Right.
At that point, everybody in the Bloodline had gold, and you unceremoniously took it away
For no real reason.
Because if he really shouldn't have been in the match, then people should have gone out there like, no.
Right.
It was pointless. It shouldn't have happened if this is the way you're going to do him. If Dirty Dom can have the title and just walk around with it on every freaking show, so could have Solo Sikoa.
Right.
They did him dirty.
Did him dirty.
They did the Bloodline dirty.
Dirty Dom.
What up, Three Diglets? Super chatting right here. Yes, sir. Circle message. Not every faction needs a female. In fact, I think Bloodline Street Business will do fine without one. It would ruin their faction. I would argue. Judgment Day needed a top female star because they don't have enough star power.
Okay, Finn Balor is star power. And them bringing Dom up was interesting, and it definitely elevated him. But Rhea Ripley is still just on the main roster for a year or two, and she is a dominant star. But the same way that China brought so much character,
break it down,
in, I mean, for a female to be the heavy like Rhea is, Bianca deserves that. Every time she has a single run, people are talking about it's boring, it's this and that. There is no reason for her not to come out there and be part of the Street Profit Bobby Lashley. There's no reason not to do that. That's exciting. It just makes it that much better. There's no way it would ruin the faction. That, to me, I don't agree with that part. And Bloodline having a dominant female makes sense because they literally are. That is what she is. She is Bloodline. Tamina is Bloodline. It doesn't make sense. The same way that every time Solo came out of NXT, everybody was just chanting Oos. To bring Nia back, and she's an Oos, and you have this other female who's talking about your name's coming out of her mouth, it to me, that's just a complete story. Like, I would never have someone talking about my family, but I'm gonna act like I don't hear it. We know that she's family. It's not, so I guess for me, I gotta respectfully disagree, baby.
I remember when before China got the facial surgery, when she first came out, she had that strong jawline, and she was standing behind Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and you saw the cut. You know what I mean? When she was ragdolling everybody, there's, like you said, there's just something about a strong female in a faction that's taking it to men, like we see Rhea Ripley doing. That's just like, it's a whole other level. It's like ooh, because the men are always scared to do something to them.
Right.
So they back up. They back up. They don't bust a move. They don't bust a motherfucker move. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, but I also would love to see Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and be like, you know what? There's just one more. Because see, they stepped to the Judgment Day, right? And you had Rhea Ripley say to Bianca, we'll get back to this. Now, let's get back to it. Just imagine Bianca coming out, and now it's a 4-on-4 situation. Think about that for a second. Woo! That's money all day. But I respect it, Three Diglets. I respect it, and I thank you for that super chat. We've been getting to see so many times, hard to keep track on who's on the roster. Yeah, I know. It's very difficult. Stratton to Raw. I want to see Stratton on Raw messing with Becky Lynch. I do not feel Tiffany Stratton is Raw roster ready yet. I think she's still got some cooking to do down on NXT. But let me know if you disagree. Pretty Richie, Circle, message on the super chat. You think they're giving Theory the Rock at Mania? It could make sense. Back-to-back Mania wins over Rock and Cena with world title run next year. I don't know. Lord have mercy.
That doesn't. Nobody wants.
Because let's be honest. Did John Cena and Theory do any real favors for Theory?
Did that John Cena match help him at all?
Is he the United States champion right now? Why did you have the United States champion in a battle royal? It didn't do him any good. It didn't do Theory any good. And it's cool that they chose him for that. And it's cool that they chose him to interact with The Rock. But yeah. I don't think this will do The Rock. I don't think The Rock would want to lose to him.
To reunite the way. It doesn't. If you need to turn the way heel, whatever. You guys have lost Dexter. which is, Dexter is he is just a little gold in the sand, and they don't know exactly what to do with him, but don't lose him. Him and Indy, that Index is still fire. People still love it. And you're not doing anything with Johnny and Candace. And if you could figure out how to reunite the way, and yeah, they could all be back in Austin because you guys are pushing Austin, but if he had that that faction, that family back together, backing them, like I said, even if they're heel, that's the smartest thing to me that makes sense that they could do Austin.
And The Rock.
And the rest of them need that.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have some interactions, but a Mania moment, the difference between, I think, The Rock and Cena is a little more like Cody in that he's a company guy and willing to take the hits. Cena will lose to people. Mm-hmm. Cena has no problem losing to people. Mm-hmm. The Rock, he knows how the business works, and I know he doesn't have a problem losing to people. It depends on the person. I don't think The Rock came back to elevate the game, like he says, to lose to Austin Theory at a WrestleMania.
I don't think so either.
I just don't think The Rock's that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I don't think he wants to wrestle him and win, because I don't think that's going to do anything for The Rock. No, it's got to be bigger than that. But I respect it, and I wouldn't mind seeing their interaction. You know, whatever they got going on. They want Tiffany called up. Nope, not having it. Not having it. We all miss the black and gold NXT. But at least it's not the Live in Color NXT 2.0 nonsense. And that bugged her. They also had a conversation payback, and they had her showing up, and it wasn't sufficient. Mm-hmm. It wasn't sufficient to warrant Becky Lynch showing up at NXT and dethroning her. You know, this is just a little fly buzzing around. Jazz was a badass. Thank you. I know I'm going to catch up in the comments. This is what I'm talking about. I expect Jazz level performance from Jade, and we do not have it. And I'm not sure we'll ever have it. I would love for Jazz to come back to WWE and train these women up. You have to, when it's a televised match, you can let off the gas if it's a dark match or you're just on the road at a house show. If it's a televised match, if it is a pay-per-view, you need to give 1,000% star, 5-star performance. And Jazz put that extra. She did it. Big super chat by 3 Diglets. What? Come on, biggest super chat, single super chat of the night. Thank you, 3 Diglets. Big circle message. Jade this, Jade that. Okay, I'll talk about the AEW female talent, but that convo starts and ends with Toni Storm. Head up, chest out, not saying the word, and watch for the shoe. She's doing great work as far as character development goes. I did not expect that from her at all, and she's buzzing. Watch for the shoe. See? We love Toni Storm. Whatever she's got going on right now in AEW, it's great.
It's very interesting. I don't know exactly what it is. It's unique, which I like. It's very original. But yeah, it's very cool.
And this is part of what sets you apart. This is what A talent or the B talent, the B team, go, go, go.
Go, 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 go.
You know what I mean? But this is my point. That's why I actually really appreciated the fact that Jade Cargill held that TBS championship as if she was the women's champion. You would not know any difference in her attitude. She's got the attitude, the mic skills are there. We just need the in-ring stuff to polish up a little bit. But there's something there. And you brought some prestige to that TBS title. Toni Storm, freaking gold. All day. She is gold. She has stepped up her game more so than I ever thought she would. And it's only going to get better for her. Now that she's found something that the people really are like, what is this? I don't know, but I love it.
I think that Saraya was able to elevate her and Ruby. I think that Saraya is just good at what she does. She's done it her whole life. It's all that she's ever done. And I think that once they put them together, she just brought the best out of them. And I think it was great.
Well, that's the thing about Ruby too, that that's another example of somebody that just couldn't be a single person, eventually had to be a part of a group. Because if you look at her,
she's hit and miss in the ring too.
She's
gotten better with Saraya for sure.
But dude, like, she'll be talking to people, her reactions are great. You will not even hit her face and she'll be all.
Yeah, the fact that she does not understand the concept of, if someone swung and missed you, there's air. If there was air between you and the person, don't react to it, man. Please don't react to it. There's so many people who have really got that down to where if it misses, they will do another move and let them repeat it and let it hit and connect.
Like Medusa said, if you miss me, I'm gonna say, "Come on, B, hit me."
Right? Exactly.
Simple as that. It's two different reactions to something like that, and that goes back to training.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do the old school training.
Yeah, and I feel like that has a lot to do with, you're so ready to react that you're not taking the time to make sure that there's connection, and it just you're just hurting it.
It's like when we went to we were at church this morning. One of the things that he said was, when one of the 5 points was active listening, because like you're having, and I'm sure we've all been a part of this one way or the other, where you're in a conversation with somebody and you are so quick to want to respond that you're not actively listening to what they're saying. Like, okay, I got the answer. I got the,
you know what I mean? So I can say my point, but you don't actually listen to what they're saying. And that's kind of how it is in the ring. Yeah,
that's exactly how it is in the ring. Because obviously you've got it, point A, point B, like it's all laid out. Mm-hmm. And we know if it goes awry, we can see it, like, mm-hmm. they're a little off tonight.
Yeah,
totally understand that. But part of the training, and this is ingrained in them, is the training. Like, you'll take a timeout. We see Natty do it all the time, and she'll do the this and the that and the whatever. But part of that training needs to change so that it's second nature. Like when you take a fall, and Taz said this, when you fall, like I could slip in a grocery store and not hurt myself, so I'm going to splay my arms out and go ahead and, you know what I mean? The impact is going to be spread out. So the training has to change across the board in order for everybody to step up their game. But not everybody's good at improv like that. But I really, really appreciate that. And you definitely need to watch for the shoes. I actually kept saying that all last week. I don't even know why. Everything I think of that one guy's video. Was it the tapatio on the cup of noodles? Tapatio on the cup of noodles. And tapatio on the cup of,
Okay, look, George Lewis, you asked Sophie Dofi, does AEW need Edge? And I just want to say, first of all, who wouldn't want Edge? But Christian's run in AEW is great. Christian Cage is awesome. And we would never have seen this out of him at WWE. And who wouldn't want to see Edge and Christian Cage reunite and have a nice little heel faction, or do one last run together as best friends who have loved this business since they were kids? There's no reason for Edge not to tip his toe. Tip his toe? Dip his toe.
Dip his toe? Tip his toe?
There's no reason not to. There's no reason in the world not to. They're not doing anything with you on WWE. They're just not. And Christian Cage is on fire over there. I think that I would love to see it personally. I don't think it's about needing each other. I think that he would love to have a last run with his best friend to wrap up their childhood dream together. And wrestling fans want to see it because we're wrestling fans. It doesn't matter what show it's on.
I want to see it. I just, my only thing is, I hate, if this is Edge's last bit in WWE, it just hurts me as a fan of Edge to see him come back, the huge pop, oh my gosh, 10 years, and not have another title run. Get unceremoniously dipped out of Judgment Day. He had some great matches. He's main evented, all that. He's done stuff that doctors said for years you're never going to do again. So kudos to him. I just personally do not feel that this second go around has been like phenomenal. I cannot say that. So the fact that I don't feel like it's phenomenal and he leaves, as a fan of Edge in WWE, I'm disappointed. As a fan of Edge who wants to end his career how he wants to end it, unlike the first time, and if that is in AEW, I'm happy for Edge. You see what I'm saying? I feel both ways. I'm going both ways. I'm going bi-directional.
Oh, all right.
We got a super chat by Three Diglets. Thank you very much, Three Diglets.
Thanks,
Circle
Diglets.
message: the way has a AEW vibe to them. Yeah, but I don't.
Dexter for sure has an AEW vibe to him.
I can see it, but I don't know. I love see. This is what I'm saying about NXT. NXT has figured out how to use pretty much everybody creatively, consistently throughout 2 hours. You don't go and watch a 2-hour NXT and go, I'm missing something. The matches are great. Not everything hits all the time, but the matches are great. Backstage segment, films, like they have a whole thing. You had Apollo Crews. I'm going there. The Nigerian Prince, huh? Come down back to NXT and do the dang thing. He comes back, one more again on the main roster, and one more again. You seen Apollo Crews?
Right.
Where Apollo Crews at? You bring Dabba-Kato back down. He disappears. What is going on with these people? Why is it that you got Baron Corbin just jobbing up a storm, basically JBL saying you're trash? Go down to NXT, talking a good game, finally on TV week after week. NXT has figured out how to use their people. The main roster on 3 hours of Raw can't.
I mean, where's Chris? Where's Cross?
We saw him backstage. I think he was looking at, I think it might have been AJ Styles. And all he did was kind of get up and kind of walk off.
I mean, This man came out, attacked Drew, and put Roman on notice. How many years ago?
How many years ago? Had the hourglass.
And then couldn't even look like he was about to win unless Scarlett came in to help him cheat. And then when they tried to get Scarlett to fight, it was so awful that it was like they just buried her and Cross. And if you knew she was bad, you don't need to put her in a ring. There's nothing wrong with her being his valet. That works. But he is completely being wasted. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Thank you, Jody.
Meechum is being wasted because you see her once in a while when AJ Styles feels like acknowledging her. What did you bring her back for? She could be dominant. She is skilled, but they have her dumbing it down up here. If y'all see her in Impact?
She said she wanted to wrestle. She didn't want to get involved with all this backstage politics and all that. She just wanted to wrestle, and she did. Why can we not see this woman in a match and see the skill set? Every time we say take the cuffs off these ladies and let them do what they do, they show you what they can do. And yet you over here messing around backstage saying such and such disrespected me. Why are you not out here like a Rhea Ripley?
Right.
You could be built like a serious. Where's Jai Lee? Because they like sticking like with like. They do. Who? How come these two haven't figured out how to be a team? Jai Lee ain't doing nothing.
Well, with Kairi Sane back, I mean, the reality is they just need to put all three of them and have a dominant anime style faction.
Give the ladies a trios title.
Why
give the people something to fight for?
Title to WWE yet?
We've had trios teams for the longest time. And right now they are wasting time. And you're bringing in possibly somebody else from AEW, and that's now going to take TV time away from some of these other women on the roster. WWE doesn't necessarily need a Ricky Starks, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. But you're going to take TV time away from somebody else. Stone Cold said it, you need to make your opportunity.
Right.
When The Rock got injured, he was Rocky Maivia. He came back. My man almost got fired. John Cena almost got fired. And they basically said, look, give me the mic. Let me get out here and let me show you what I can do. And now multi-time champions, history makers, Hall of Famers. That's all you need to do. Let these people do what they do. That's why what happened on SmackDown gave so many people Attitude Era vibes. Because like The Rock said, we weren't all hemmed up by scripts. We were fighting for our lives, so we just went out here and did the dang thing. Not hard. It's not a hard formula. Aaron Drew with a super chat. Come on, Aaron Drew.
Drew,
Circle message. We needed more women that can realistically step up to Rhea 100. Nia and Rhea can put on a good match at Fastlane or whenever they have it. It only makes sense for them to be on the same show so they can interact.
Oh, well, I feel you, except for the fact that Rhea's on every show, baby.
Every show.
Rhea's on every show. So she could have been on SmackDown and they still would have reacted. She could have been on NXT and they still would have interacted because Rhea's everywhere. Every time there's a show, there's Rhea.
I like it because now that Judgment Day has all the gold.
Yeah.
And there was no leader. But
right.
Come on.
She says she's not a leader. She's just bossy. Okay.
And if you saw Rhea's face afterwards, she was like, which way did she go? Which way did she go? Was there, you know. I loved it.
Gone.
Because you haven't even seen Beth Phoenix put her in that position. And I would love, me personally, now that Endeavor is the parent company, I would love for the big women, let's call it the China Battle Royale. Let's call it the China Battle Royale. Let's see the big women come up in here. Let's see the Nias. Let's see the Raquels, the Rheas, the Beths.
If you're going to do that, I'd like to see Jade Cargill in there.
Bring her in. That would be a fantastic way to bring her in here. I know. Could you imagine Jade and Nia staring each other down? These two bulls ain't trying to back down. China Battle Royal WWE. I know this is going to get to you. You're welcome. I promise you, though, if you take that name, if I come up on Raw and I see it, I want my money I came to collect. Okay? Get Bianca Belair up in there. Come on now. Come on now. Aaron Drew, you got me hype on that one.
Hype.
You got me hype on that one. We're not going to stay much longer. We're going to get on about. I know we got a few more super chats, and I just want to end it on a positive note because WWE done stuck it to us. But that's okay. 3 Douglas right here. Circle message for that super chat. Pour across, man. I will always say that Adam Cole, baby, destroyed him, and he never recovered from that. You ain't lying. And now he's enjoying the fruits of his labor over here in AEW. And Cross just they cannot get it together with them.
They cannot figure it out. He's good in the ring. She is one of the best valets they ever had. It's creepy. It's just.
Drew McIntyre is coming off more heelish than Karrion Kross.
True.
That's crazy.
I don't know how they're ruining that. I'm hoping that they have some new writers. So I saw one of the comments said, did we hear about the layoffs on Friday? I didn't get details, but every time there's a merger, every time someone is acquired, there are layoffs.
Always layoffs.
So I'm hoping that you're going to bring in writers or have already brought in writers who are lifelong fans. That is all the difference. It's all the difference to have people who have been watching and know these people inside and out and know what these stories need and what this company needs and understand the future of storytelling and not just the temporary pop. Because since, we got so many pops thinking this is going to be fire, but then they let them all fizzle out. So I'm really hoping that with this new merger that we're going to get some people who are diehard fans. And because they're diehard fans, they understand what we really want to see.
Here's what I really want to see. On SmackDown, you have, on Raw, you have World Heavyweight title holders Seth Rollins and Rhea Ripley. We all can pretty much say they can go, they can get the job done. People are scared of Rhea. I'm not going to go so far as to say they're scared of Seth, but when they get in the ring, Seth shows him why he is a champion. On SmackDown, you have undisputed title holders, Roman Reigns, enough said. And now we have Io Sky. Anybody scared of Io? Anybody ducking Io? Io over here, the women's champion on SmackDown, still part of Damage Control. And there's something wrong over there on SmackDown.
Well, first of all, I can't believe that they brought Bayley back and haven't made her champion and haven't really, they use her, but her feud with Sasha was beautiful. It was a masterpiece. And when she brought those after the chair shots, when she brought the chair out, sat it down, I'm the chairwoman. They need her back because that's what we thought we were going to see with her head of this faction. And we've not ever really gotten that. And I think at this point, you need to just stop it with that. Either you're going to make them into something that they should have always been. But I think that has passed. I think that time has passed. I don't understand how they haven't broken up by now. And Bayley should be up there with the heavy hitters, like a serious contender. And I don't really know what they're doing.
Well, this is also part of the reason why people always complain about Charlotte being champion, because when Charlotte's champion, you remember that she's champion.
Right.
You know that she's champion and she does what she can. She's a multi-time champion for a reason.
And I don't know what they're doing with her right now either. It's weird. You do almost have her just.
And it's not to say that Io is bad. She's excellent.
Yeah.
But there's a level that a champion's supposed to be at that I don't get that sense.
She doesn't have that presence. You guys
from
talk about that all the time, and maybe she just needs a jacket or a cape. But all seriousness, there's not a presence that when Roman Reigns' music hits, when The Rock's music hits, when Cody's music hits, when Seth's music hits, when Judgment Day's coming out, there is a demanding of respect and attention. I don't have that for Io.
Not that we do not think she's a good wrestler or disrespect her as a wrestler.
I'm just saying she doesn't have that it factor to me.
She doesn't have that presence.
But I like Bayley as a title holder
because she knew what the heck she was doing.
We didn't like the hugger.
No, the hugger was no good.
No, that was not good.
I do like the super chat by Pretty Richie. Yes, sir, Pretty Richie. Circle message. In a perfect world, we could have a beautiful faction war going on. JD versus Bloodline versus Street Business versus The Way, even Imperium. I'm not mad at none of that. I love it all.
Imperium is a great faction.
But what I do want to see, though, and I will say this to the cows come home, Lashley Profits better have some gold around that waist.
They better.
This is the second coming. Do not blow it. WWE, creative, don't blow this.
First of all, Judgment Day versus this faction, they better give this faction a damn name. By the next time we see them, they better have a name.
Tag team's supposed to have names. Tag teams have names. The Rockers.
And they have so many factions in the WWE now that they have no choice but to bring a trios belt. You have to. It doesn't make sense.
Bring it on in. Bring it on in. This would be a perfect world. This would be lovely. How many people did Triple H rub back were a home run? Yeah, I know. But again, and I saw a comment earlier. Hold on, because I want to say this. I want to say this. Jeffrey Reimer, you're getting honorable mention. Scarlett can wrestle too. Whether she can or whether she can't, her last televised wrestling match was trash. I'm willing to say it was maybe miscommunication with her dance partner. Everybody has an off night.
Who are you talking about?
Scarlett. What Scarlett has not
that was
had
trash.
is another televised wrestling match. And there's a reason for that. If they really want to get her in the ring to mix it up, cool. Make sure that you were down in the performance center, mixing it up in practice. Because once you have the big game, you got your quarterback, he's got the pigskin in the hand. This is no time to fumble the ball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Jaden Winchester. He agrees. 2022 months after SummerSlam. I miss Jai Elite. Tegan Knox ain't doing nothing. Emma too. Don't get me started. All Elite satire.
I'm in here messing up. I misspelled something and I tried to fix it, and I accidentally sent a little.
The views of
so
these
tired.
do not reflect the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have all these women. When's the last time you saw Aaliyah? Aaliyah, when she left NXT, she was a little bit of a baddie. Slides the taste out of Robert Stone's mouth. Gets the quickest win over Natalya. Gets a tag team title. And then injured and disappears. Nothing. But she's still an active member on the roster. That's crazy. You have so many people bench warming. It doesn't make any sense.
Anthony got me part of the championship that wins the trio title. Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah, Ricky Starks will go hard in the E. He absolutely. Madcap Moss is what I'm talking about. He was over here messing around with his girl Emma, then they both gone.
Yeah.
You changed Madcap's whole deal. And then he disappears, man. Come on. WWE, y'all got to do better than this.
Yeah, and he's talented. And, I think that they're sleeping on...
Good night, George Louis.
What's his name, too? The one that's in a commercial. He reminds me of Ravishing Rick Rude, kind of.
Who reminds you of Ravishing Rick Rude?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name right now. He was the one, he was with... what was his name?
Oh, the Emancipator, good question. Why isn't Shayna Baszler set up to Rhea Ripley when she come over here on SmackDown? Huh? You got rid of Ronda Rousey. You're supposed to be this Queen of Spades badass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Hit Row does need NXT. That is correct.
Hit Row? Who's Hit Row?
Right, exactly. So exactly.
Hit Row. Well, I don't know, but B-Fab over here, the China Battle Royals. Yeah, I got to catch up. I'm way behind. I want to end it with this.
I think there might be another couple super chats.
There's some super chats, but I'm saying I want to end it with this, a topic of conversations. CM Punk. We're not fans. Not fans of CM Punk. CM Punk got some issues. I know it would be a heck of a thing if they, meaning WWE, were able to work out a deal with CM Punk and get him over here. I think it's Survivor Series is going to be in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, this year. Honestly, after everything that has gone down in AEW, the bad blood that there is, although McMahon is no longer in charge, so he really couldn't do nothing about it. Do you honestly see CM Punk making a resurgence in the WWE? And do you care? Think about that. Let me give the super chat right here by Aaron Drew. Thank you so much, Aaron. Circle, message, swerve in all our glory. Broke up a year ago. Where's the singles match? And if you notice, all the people cross-feuded with, they had bad luck. Roman lost to Usos. AJ's losing the OC. I see what you're saying. I see what because that's kind of the direction they're going with Cross and Scarlett. Like I kind of see that. I'm okay with it. And bad luck is fine for these guys. What I'm saying is, at this point, we are not seeing Cross and Scarlett like I think they were envisioned. Like we should see them.
Exactly. Like they polished them up and like was like dun da da dun, open the curtains, and then they came out and you're like, woo! And then it just
the entrance, the whole, like, by all rights, everything about them should be, hey, Bone Crusher, come here, say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know.
Oh, you dropped the Bone Crusher.
For those that don't know, now you know. This is the Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror. Let me get the super chat down so you can see her. This is our channel mascot for those that are new to the channel.
Bone Crusher.
Weighing in at 15 and 1 ounce pounds from parts unknown. Give it up for Bone Crusher. Okay, it's still a dog thing. I don't really know. But she wanted to come in and say hi. She's like, okay, you guys done yet? No, we are not, good girl. Say hi to the people.
Almost, we have a few more super chats. I know.
Say hi to the people.
She's like, hello.
So, it's a shame what they done did to kind of bastardize. Well, McMahon bastardized Cross. I don't think he's recovered from that either, quite frankly. I think he should grow his hair a little longer. Maybe put it in a ponytail. Maybe kind of do a Drew McIntyre kind of a thing. Right now, it's just kind of all over the place. I can't take him serious. I took him more serious when he was bald.
Oh no, I don't like him bald.
I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about any of it.
You got a few more super chats.
I do. And then we're gonna say our good nights. Let y'all get on up out of here. Oh wow, hey, cheap shot by Gunther. Dang, why? Mm-hmm. Nobody did a cheap shot. I didn't do a cheap shot. Oh, Charlotte Flair's done it all except win Money in the Bank. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing her do that though.
Right.
3 Diggers with a super chat. Yes, sir. And I got a dog in my hand, so I'm gonna give you a circle message. I got it. Hear me out. Mia Yim versus Jade Cargill for the Paper Football Championship and catering. Damn, that's cold. Did not see that. Rhodes will take on the winner and finally get to finish his story with the chicken nuggets in hand. Book it, Vince. Wow. First off, it was Seth Rollins who came out with some hot wings. If you recall, he came out on Raw. He was hot ones. That was Seth Rollins. Catering's a little crowded right now.
Right.
It's a little crowded. And I'm concerned. I am concerned. Because take a good look at Zelina Vega. Fired, comes back. Is like, look, here's what I want. I got some stuff in mind. Wins a little bit of your queen to be.
And then they just drop it.
Now she's part of the LWO. Fantastic. Clearly, now we're going to get the Santos Ray match, which could be the end of LWO. They ain't doing nothing with Zelina. Nothing of any real cooler water.
She gets
water
her
cooler
time
talk
to come out in her cosplay, and
that's fine. But it's not about that.
No,
it's not about that. So I think it'll be good, but I also think it could be bad for the women that are there and for Jade. Just don't drop the ball. That's all I got to say. Don't drop the ball. The Almighty Prophets. Ooh, I like that. The Almighty Prophets. Okay, wow. Everybody, the Almighty Prophets. WWE, You're welcome. Everybody, the people have spoken.
Tag Almighty Prophets and tag WWE and Endeavor. We got to get that. We got to get that title.
And right here, smash this like button, please. Let WWE know. Don't pull our stuff. Don't block our videos. All right, we don't deserve that. We're bringing fans to you. We're bringing eyes to you. We are fans ourselves.
Right. We're not over here trying to just play your stuff. We're doing a review
and doing it within the guidelines that you have set out.
Your stuff is edited strongly, so stop blocking.
And this is the reason why we don't actually do AEW reactions, generally speaking, because they have said even if it's fair use, which is what it is, they will pull channels. They will give channels copyright strikes. Literally, if we get 3 copyright strikes, our channel is pulled, deleted forever. No one doing that.
There's no one doing that, and we're not risking that.
So we don't want that to happen. This blocking is not a copyright strike. There are 2 ways to dispute it. One, with the end result, not a copyright strike, it would just remain blocked. The other one, if they still said, no, you're blocked, that would have been a copyright strike. Last night, I wanted to sue them. I wanted to sue everybody. Get an attorney on the phone. Where's Johnny Cochran?
Alex said he agrees that the Judgment Day is overexposed. Absolutely. There's no reason that this one faction needs to be on all 3 shows. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You have enough stars going down to NXT that you don't need the Judgment Day there. They are too dominant. They should not be there. That doesn't make any sense. I understand that now that, with the tag titles, you can go from both shows. But I think that they're over investing in just one faction, like they did with the Bloodline for a long time. And I understand that when your story is gold, you want to ride that pony. But you could have a whole bunch of really good people that you're backing and pushing. You could have several good things going. It shouldn't just be, oh, we're just waiting to see what happens with them. Nothing happened with them. Then the rest of the show was whack.
Let me tell you what doesn't make any sense. Well, first off, let me read the super chat by 3 Diglets. Thank you, 3 Diglets.
Thank you, Super Chat Champion.
Judgment Day is bad. Okay, I'll say it. You happy? I'm going to say it. They're bad. They're so bad. Do something different when you come out to the ring as a unit instead of my unit.
Sure.
No, I added that part. Out to the ring as a unit. Walk into the ring like they're Evolution or something. No intimidation factor. Just weak sauce all around. You know I love saying weak sauce. I'm going to tell you what doesn't make sense.
I completely disagree with you.
You have
completely.
You have on Raw your heavyweight titles. You have on SmackDown your your unified titles. Why are the tag team titles still 2 belts around the neck or around the waist of these champions? You have a red strap and a blue strap. Why? Because one was Raw, one was SmackDown. Man, I'm telling you, if you don't split these damn things up and put them back on their respective shows or combine them into one, but this is stupid. How long are these people expected to carry around 2 belts?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Roman did it for
a long time.
And Paul's still carrying around those belts. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm not mad at that super chat though.
No, I mean, we love you and we're all about making sure that everybody gets their point heard. Everybody has who they love and who they hate. You know what I mean? And you don't have to like the Judgment Day. I love the Judgment Day. You don't have to like the Judgment Day. I mean, it's good. It's all good.
Oh, Anthony says that we can have the beautiful people, Angelina and Velvet, and then B can join and get that trios belt. Woo!
I replied to him.
You did. I didn't. Well, I'm just seeing it.
It's okay.
Throwing up in catering. See, don't be like that, people. Aaliyah good. At least she was. I like Aaliyah. Ravishing Pretty Richie was his name. I can appreciate that. Robert Roode. Gosh, that name sounds so familiar. Wow. It's almost glorious.
Glorious.
That's it. You seen him? But we're gonna bring Ricky Starks over here? I feel bad, man. I feel bad. Elias W contract is expired. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about Elias. I forgot about Elias too.
That's who I think I was. No, it wasn't Elias.
Forgot about Elias. Forgot about Rick Boogs.
Yeah, they're just sleeping on people.
Wow. The best in the world, CM Punk, Nation of Domination. All right, I see how you feel about it.
All right, there's one last super chat in there for you to read before we head out.
Hell to the nah. Nope. A lot of people saying, some saying yes. War Hero 99. John Elite says nah. No, hell no. A lot of hell no. Never say never. Just Alex. Fair enough. Fair enough. A lot of no's in here. Pepsi Phil needs to stay home. Pepsi Phil. It's
That's
okay, Bone
funny.
Crusher. We're almost done. Hop down, good girl. Oh. Bone Crusher. See, look at all that Bone Crusher be getting. We're working on a plush. We're trying to figure that out. But we're going to get on the shirt first. I think bald CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk is toxic. Should be left alone for real. Mm-hmm. She uses those supports. Actually, I wonder when or if they're coming up with any creative plans for Liv and Bo. You know, it's kind of rough that I know it's a good time for her to nurse it. Obviously, she still has this shoulder injury situation. Eventually she's gonna come back. I'm wondering what they're gonna do when they do bring her back, and if they're gonna bring back Bo.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of nice.
I think so too.
Yeah, there was some dry ass wings. That's hilarious. See, I got this. What happened when I don't catch up in here? Because I'll be saying stuff, and I see a super chat right here. That glorious theme was fire. I agree, it was fire. I did enjoy it, and I would turn pretty frequently. I'll be coming into the bedroom, you know, I'm like, glorious. I take off the robe and I will defend, you know. Right, girl?
Read the super chat.
Family show. Pretty Richie right here. We just had Bloodline all over WWE for 3 years straight. No escaping the Walrus, Paul Heyman. Every number one faction has to be overexposed to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
True. And now they got all the gold. And what is the end game for Senior Money in the Bank? He's going to cash in on somebody. Now, clearly, it's not going to be his partner, Finn Balor.
Right.
I don't think anybody legitimately thinks he's going to be beating Roman Reigns. Now that The Rock has stepped in here, it pretty much was just like, okay, everybody have a seat. The Rock has come back.
Right.
Just let me do work.
Just sit down.
Just sit down. Watch the professional do what he does.
All right, we got one more.
Ezekiel. I kind of liked Ezekiel. I really did. Aaron Drew, super chat right here. Bobby Roode had neck injury and it's a producer backstage. He has produced a lot of matches. Well, okay. Cool. Where's his partner? Dolph Ziggler. He won the NXT title, right? Right?
Yeah.
NXT champion. Former heavyweight champion. Where he at? I can respect if you have a neck injury and you are like, okay, that's it for me. Cool, no problem. I just hate seeing people disappear with no real rhyme or reason behind it.
Yeah.
Think about the Gaunt Range dropped 26. We told the world how we felt about The Rock returning, and it got pulled.
Yes, we did. We did an entire reaction. About 2,000 people saw before they pulled that mess and blocked it.
But we're gonna kind of fix it.
We're gonna see what we can do.
We're gonna see what we can do.
But if trying to fix it causes more issues, we may have to we may have to rethink doing reactions because they blocked it. I mean, they blocked
and
it.
they blocked a few of our
and we don't want to risk them going back and deciding because they could go back to old stuff and give us 3 strikes in one day and shut us down. And I don't want to risk our channel.
Yeah, we're trying to not have any issues with these people. Generally speaking, our stuff has been okay, but every once in a while.
Hey, J Money, you came in right as we were leaving.
What up, J Money?
Welcome.
So we'll be back tomorrow. We wanted to come over here and apologize to everybody for the fact that our Rock reaction video got dinked. We're going to do something. We may either just release it as is and cut out because the entire reaction is cut. And it'll just be us talking about it, or we'll do something else we don't know. Either way, we'll be back tomorrow for Monday Night Raw live right here, 6 p.m., 5 o'clock. Won't be able to make it. We appreciate so many people coming in here. We hope that you will come back. We want to thank the Mod Squad. We want to thank the members. We want to thank
super
every
chatters.
single person that donated.
You guys are amazing. We love
Because
you
you
so
don't
much.
have to support us like that, but you show us love like you do, and it means the world to us. Honestly, like I said at the top of this, everything that you give us literally goes back into this for you.
Yeah, y'all see our Macho Man up here?
Ooh, yeah.
Added a Macho Man.
Snap into that Slim Jim, yeah.
We actually added Tamina too.
We did add Tamina. And can I just say, it's not even like Tamina was in the clearance section. She was just not cheap.
She was just way cheaper than the other dogs.
I mean, you talk about treating somebody like street booty. She was out there with everybody else.
Just cheaper.
And it was just like, there's a whole gaggle full of Tamina. I'm like, $2. What?
She wasn't $2.
Damn.
And
10
on
Taminas
that
cost
note,
one of Austin Theories. But that's neither
and
here
on
nor
that note, you guys, thank you so much. We love you guys. We are so grateful. We love that you guys are a community that all know each other and talk amongst yourselves and stuff like that. We love being a part of this community. Thank you
So
for making this channel special.
What's Nia Jax gonna do tomorrow? What's gonna be the response of Rhea Ripley? And is Dirty Dom gonna step to Nia? You do that to mommy? Do that to me.
He just gonna get knocked out.
Come back with some more A&B Combos, Wrestling Edition. We love you guys so very much. And yeah, we're excited. Tomorrow night, let's just see what happens. Let's do this again. Y'all with it? Are you with it?
With
it. In honor of Piper Niven, we bid you
adieu.
good night, y'all.
Good night.